Those who managed to survive one of history's most terrifying events described a phenomenon that defied all logic: the silent flash. They said that in the distance, they first saw a white light, absolute and intense, devouring everything in a deathly silence. There was no initial roar, only a glare that forced you to close your eyes, while reality itself seemed to evaporate. And only when it was already too late to run, when the flash had already burned the retinas of those who stared, did they feel the shockwave, an invisible, brutal force that didn't just topple buildings, but disintegrated the world as they knew it until that very second. This week, with the arrival of Seedance 2.0, the creative industry just experienced its own nuclear flash. Many leaders, artists, and regulators, 3D artists and writers are still staring at that beautiful light, hypnotized by the beauty of the images, without realizing that what they are witnessing is the end of their own technical utility. We believed our human spark was a safe haven, a stone wall that would protect us from automation. But that glare has revealed the truth. Our brains and our hands are biologically inefficient. And let's be real, this isn't an evolution, this is a total wipe of the board. What happened during these days in February wasn't an advancement, it was literally a nuclear bomb. The abyss opened up and showed us that the dream machine is no longer a corporate metaphor, but a technical reality breathing inside the servers. For example, Veo, a model that cost billions of dollars and years of development, reduced to little more than obsolete junk in a single second. That is the true apocalypse. Seedance has demonstrated an understanding of physics and visual narrative that Google simply couldn't reach, leaving these current leaders screaming into the void.
Now, what makes this blow so overwhelming is that China is working under severe chip restrictions. Even so, they turned Western models into useless scrap overnight. Meanwhile, Disney and Western labs just realized their power was a mirage. The control of the future no longer belongs to them. Basically, the wolf is already at the door, and it's taken over the servers. To grasp the magnitude of what we're seeing, we have to set aside the propaganda and look at pure efficiency. Let's do the math. On one hand, a Hollywood production, let's say $100 million, 3 years of work and thousands of employees moving through heavy bureaucracy. But on the other hand, an AI precision team with $100,000, 3 months of development, and only 3 people operating high-end tools. When you cross-reference this data, the reality is brutal. You're 12 times faster and 1,000 times cheaper. We're talking about an effectiveness gap of 12,000 times. This isn't cost-cutting, it is essentially economic annihilation. Massive capital can no longer buy a competitive advantage because the quality gap has become imperceptible to the average viewer. I believe this is the most sensitive nerve because it touches our identity. Artificial intelligence imitates styles with precision, but when it comes to creating something genuinely new, it stops dead in its tracks. It only operates within what already exists. Human talent remains the only engine capable of conceiving the unique, the different, the unimaginable. However, the reality is cruel, because even if the creative leap depends on us, the human infrastructure surrounding it is practically dead. For example, the set builders, the logistics teams, and thousands of middle management roles will simply cease to exist. Execution is dead. All that's left standing is pure intent, pure human creativity. In conclusion, Pandora's box didn't just open, it was shattered. It doesn't matter if Disney sends out thousands of legal letters or if there are endless lawsuits. An infinite loop has been unlocked that broke the logic of linear production. The leaders of AI have been caught, quite literally, with their pants down. We have entered an era where effort no longer guarantees survival, only intelligence and how we optimize our workflows. That is, only the intent and the ability to adapt will allow us to keep creating. Today, we must learn to walk through the ashes of a meteor that, finally, wiped out the old world. So, welcome to the day after the flash. I'm Cyber, and this is Del Home Studios. I'll see you in the next video.